Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm going to be doing a sort of after video review sort of thing of regular car reviews. Actually reviewed a FB Rx7 earlier this week, and so I thought I'd go through a couple interesting points that they made in the video, some correct, some incorrect. But before we get into anything, this video contains nothing but love for regular car reviews. They're a huge reason why I got into car reviews, why I started a YouTube channel, and so for Mr. Regular and the Roman, there's nothing but love here. I just wanted to shed a little bit more light on some subjects that viewers of the regular car reviews video might not have picked up on, or stuff like that. So I did make a list, and before you guys watch this video, if you have not seen the regular car reviews episode of the FB Rx7, please go check that out. It's on the regular car reviews channel. Open it in a new tab, watch that, and then come back to this. So point number one that regular car reviews made was the fact that we don't shut up about rotaries. That is true. That is 100% true. Really recently, ever since my car has been down for suspension issues, I have realized how much I really do talk about that car. And so yes, us Rotary guys do not shut up. Point number two was the fact that, minute one of the video, he starts saying why he's going to tell you why the carbureted naturally aspirated rotaries actually hold up better than the fuel injected. This is pretty debatable. My 13B has held up amazing. It has around 135,000 miles on it, unopened, factory seals, factory everything, and it's been doing absolutely great. And honestly, I prefer the fuel injection over the carburation of 12As. Oh no. I personally think that the 13B naturally aspirated is better than the 12A. I understand that there's people that disagree, but coming from personal experience, my 12A was absolute garbage. My 13B has solved all of those issues. Number three, he makes very good points about the state of Mazda in the 60s and 70s. Really interesting point, a little interesting backstory of Mazda. So that part of the video is all good. Number four, the miles per gallon for a stock 12A is right about there, 30 on the highway and 20 in the city for completely stock, full rat's nest, everything, no OMP delete. Yeah, it will get 20 to 30. I mean, my friend Alex's FC got, I think it was 33 on the highway. Rotaries can do it, but once you start putting any modifications into it, different intake, rat's nest delete, emissions delete, exhaust, you're gonna start getting some major hits to your MPGs. Number five, he talks about the back seats, how they're pretty much unusable, and that's true for an FB, but those are actually a really rare option. I think I've only been in one FB with back seats. It's really rare, especially here in America. Canada, I believe they're a little bit more common, but definitely here in America, most Rx7 FBs will not come with back seats. I will go on the record saying that most of them will not have that. Now, number six, I got so excited when he said this, that the Rotary feels like a modern BMW straight six with less power. I feel the exact same way. I've felt this way for years, but no one else has ever mentioned it. No one else has ever agreed with me, so that totally made my day, which is absolutely awesome. Now, hear me out on this one, but these engines in the M's, because I've driven, like I said, an E36 M3 and now an E46 M3. These engines kind of feel like rotaries. They just keep revving. There's no dead spot in the rev range, and that's what I love about this, is like, it just keeps going. And like, honestly, if the red line wasn't set at 7,500, it feels like it could rev further. Now, number seven is where he starts to get a little bit sidetracked with the fact that I don't agree with, which he keeps talking about how hard it is to get a rotary going for the first time without stalling. He says in the video that you will stall a rotary. It's actually not the case from what I've dealt with. Of course, obviously, I'm a Mazda person, blah, 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 I'm going to defend that. But also, the Rx7 was my first manual car. I bought it when I was 18, and I really didn't have many issues stalling it. Mainly, my biggest issue was the rev matching, because you really have to give it extra throttle to rev match as opposed to a larger displacement vehicle. You kind of got to zing at about 2,000 to rev match, but other than that, as long as you have a decent clutch, you can let it go, and you could get going pretty easily. Now, you do have to give it more revs than a normal car, that's for sure. So that's just my own personal opinion. That was part of the video that I didn't quite agree with. After that, though, he does make The Fighter and the Kid reference, which is one of my favorite podcasts, so thank you, Mr. Regular, for doing that. Then he talked about how the power mirrors come out of adjustment every time you close the door. Again, another thing that I've always dealt with and never talked to anyone about. The power mirrors definitely come out of adjustment all the time with big bumps that you hit, slamming the door, closing the door. The power mirrors are horrible on FBs. Number 10, another thing that I agreed with was the fact that he says it smells like a boat. Fun fact, part of the reason I named my red car Rose, obviously because of the color, but because my friend Olivia actually kept saying, oh, it's like a boat, this smells like my boat, all this stuff about boats and Rose from Titanic, it sort of all worked together. There was layers to that name that I gave it. But yes, it does smell like a boat. Everyone either says it smells like a boat or a snowblower. Number 11 was actually the reason I decided to make this video, because I don't think he got this wrong, Mr. Regular and the Roman, but it's not super specified in the video. So he mentions the black molding and the integrated bumpers for the Series 2 car. This also spans on to the Series 3. So Series 2 is 1981 to 1983, and Series 3 is from 1984 to 1985. All of that carries over. Any exterior you see in the video that Mr. Regular put out is going to be the same from 81 to 85, but the interior does completely change for 84 and 85 for the Series 3. So the exterior actually is the exact same as the Series 3, so he didn't mention that it extends on past 83, so I just thought that would be something interesting to throw in there. So if you are looking to buy one and you see like an 85 that looks exactly like the one in Mr. Regular's video, you're not going, hey, that's actually an 83. 81 to 85 exterior-wise look all nearly 99.99999% identical. I believe some of them had locking gas caps, the earlier ones, and they said unleaded fuel on the outside of the gas cap. But besides that, exterior-wise, the whole FB looks pretty much the same. He also talks about the manual transmission, about how the 4-speed went away in 1981. This is true. There was a 4-speed option, but most cars were still 5 speeds. So 79, 80, those cars, most of them were still 5 speeds. The 4 speeds are actually super, super rare to come by. I don't think I've ever seen an RX-7 with the factory 4-speed. Now, of course, people swap them out for the 5s. And stuff like that. But it kind of made it seem like in the video that all RX-7s before 81 were 4 speeds, and that's not true. Most of them were still 5 speeds with a 4-speed option. The lower trim levels were 4 speeds. And then last but not least, point number 13 is the fact that he says, don't buy an FB, you kind of need FU money. And while, yes, I sort of actually agree with this statement, any Rotary you're going to get, you're going to need to put money into it. And I'm fortunate enough where I have a daily driver. But that being said, you guys know me. I'm now 22, but when I started all of this, I was 18. And I did all this on a limited budget. My car ran and drove for 3 years on a very limited budget. The whole 13B swap was maybe $2,000 to $3,000. The car was $2,500. Everyone's situation is different, but it's not completely out of the realm yet. FB prices are going up for sure, and I think one day it will be out of the reach of younger people like me, younger limited budgeted people like me. But I don't think you should be scared away by the price if it's something you really want to do. If you want to pick up an FB as like a side project the same way you would pick up like a video game, it's not going to go well for you. But if you are dedicated to the car, and you could justify spending the money, it's not the end of the world price-wise. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something more about the FB. Hopefully this is sort of an extension from the review that Mr. Regular gave. Again, nothing but love to Mr. Regular and the Roman and everyone over at Regular Car Reviews. Their videos are absolutely awesome. I just thought I should touch on a couple things just to clear it up, because these cars deserve the love from the community. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.
was a sight there.